voices heard loud and clear. We're going to start tonight with Speaker of the Legislature, Jim Scheer. He's going to make an introduction, and then we're going to talk about what we did today.
Clarify, ex-speaker. As we talked earlier, I don't know about anyone else, but my shoes are plumb wet from the flood we just had tonight. We got a lot of people to thank tonight. One in particular that it is my great and distinguished honor to introduce. He is going to serve you and I in a marvelous way. He has worked his family off, he and his wife, as well as all the mobile volunteers across the state. He won a hard-fought victory in the Republican primary, which makes him the next governor of the great state of Nebraska, Jim Kelly.
It's another great night to be a Republican in Nebraska. We always have to have some levity and some fun. When Suzanne and I got into town about 8:30 and we were in back, and used to people calling that the war room. For me, it's the locker room. And the tension was tight in the locker room because we were a little bit fooled by the numbers, because the early Dems had sent their votes in by mail, and none of us had voted, and so the numbers were really, really out of whack and created a short term of a little bit of tension. Mandy might have been sweating a little bit. And I told Mike, I said, Mike, you know what, let's not worry about it. If whatever takes place, this is the preseason, the championship games in November. So let's, whatever happens, we'll be okay. But it's really good to win in the preseason, right? I'm really serious about Mike's going to Washington soon. Isn't it going to be exciting? I can't wait for Mike Flood to fire Nancy Pelosi. Ladies and gentlemen, there is nobody that could possibly be better to represent us in the 1st District and represent conservative Nebraskans and make an incredible impact from coast to coast for our country. Right here, our own Mike Flood, our next congressman.
All right. Today, across the 1st Congressional District, Nebraskans made their voices heard loud and clear. Tonight, they sent an unmistakable message to Washington that America is on the wrong track, and it's time for a change in leadership. Under Joe Biden and Nancy Pelosi's one-party rule and reign of error, things have gone from bad to worse. The highest inflation in 40 years, record high gas prices, government spending out of control, savings shrinking, retirement at risk, and more Nebraska families are finding it tough because there's not enough money at the end of the month. While the left pushes more of the same bad policies by the failed politicians that created this mess in the first place, Nebraskans are ready for action that reflects common sense, conservative values that have made our state and our nation great. We're talking about an end to Washington's magic money machine and the inflation that it's fueled. We're talking about lower taxes so people can keep more of the money that they earn. American energy independence to bring down gas prices. Smaller government that gets out of the way, and respect for personal freedoms that underlie our God-given rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We've done this before in the late 1970s. Joe Biden's tenure is starting to look a lot like Jimmy Carter's. America's economy was struggling with stagflation. We were laid low on the world stage in the late 1970s, and too many Americans doubted that fundamental premise of our nation, that their children's lives would be better than their own. But remember, Ronald Reagan's morning in America was just around the corner. Every time this country has found itself in moments like this, we do turn the page. We return to the principles and values of our founding, the guiding lights of patriotism, limited government, personal financial responsibility, faith, and grit, and we've always gotten through it. That change begins right here in Nebraska's 1st Congressional District, because you all have taken the first step toward restoring a majority of Republicans to the U.S. House of Representatives, putting a check on Joe Biden, and firing Nancy Pelosi once and for all. Earlier tonight, I got a call from soon-to-be Speaker Kevin McCarthy, and he called to congratulate me. And as I thought about his call, I am deeply honored by the faith and trust that you have placed in me to represent our shared values in Washington. My promise to you is that I will never stop working hard, never stop fighting, never stop doing what I can every day to represent our district and serve this great nation we love. And I couldn't be more proud to be in Norfolk tonight with my family and friends in my hometown. There are so many incredible things about this community in many ways. Norfolk and all the other communities in the 1st Congressional District, they are remarkable not in what sets them apart, because of the things that we share. We look out for our neighbors, we care about one another, we create, build, hire, invest, and take risks. We put in the work every day to forge better lives for our kids, to improve our communities, and to leave something behind that's better than we found. Norfolk, Stanton, La Vista, Columbus, Papillion, Lincoln, our capital city, this is the heart of America. And I'm so humbled and I'm so excited to represent every corner of this district, to take the things I've learned here to the Washington, D.C., United States State Capitol, or national capital. Tonight's victory isn't just mine. It belongs to a great many people, more than I can possibly thank individually, but I'm going to name a few. I'd like to start by thanking the people that make this happen every day. My wife, Mandy, my boys, Brendan and Blake. There are a lot of nights that I don't make it home before bedtime. They made this all possible. Governor P. Ricketts, Governor Dave Heineman, they backed this campaign from the beginning, and their support has made an incredible difference. I want to thank all the mayors, the sheriffs, the other local leaders who got involved early in this campaign. I want to thank my Republican colleagues in the legislature, many of whom are standing up here, and especially Speaker Jim Scheer, who followed me in the legislature, and then I followed him once again. I so appreciate the work of Americans for Prosperity Nebraska, Nebraska Farm Bureau, Nebraska Cattlemen, the Lincoln Firefighters Association, the Lincoln Police Union, the Nebraska Fraternal Order of Police, and the many other organizations that have lent us their support. Having Nebraska's Right to Life group in my corner is huge. They have helped lead our state's pro-life movement, and I'm proud of the work we've done together. Tonight's victory would also not be possible without the countless Nebraskans who generously offer their time and their treasure. They knocked on doors, made calls. We knocked on 15,000 doors in the last 10 days of this campaign all over this district. And most of all, I'm thankful to the voters of this district. We have a great campaign team. I want to thank them. My general consultant, Jessica Flanagan, my campaign manager, Ryan Kosa, political director from Shelby, Carter Smith, who, by the way, is single. Lancaster County Victory Director, Dallas Jones. I want to recognize Shelby McKee from Lincoln and Jen Fulcher from Omaha on the fundraising team, Matthew Trail, our media consultant, and I also want to thank Taylor Gage, executive director of the Nebraska Grand Old Party, the Nebraska Republican Party. He has been a tireless worker making this happen. This is just the beginning, but I would be remiss if I didn't remind you that this fight is not over yet. You fought with us every step of the way, from the launch of our campaign in January to last month's primary victory to our victory today in this special election, but we have to keep moving forward and keep our eyes on November. We cannot let up, because we know the left's playbook. We know they're not just going to give up on a chance to keep Nancy Pelosi in power. So let's celebrate a victory tonight. Tomorrow we begin the work of the 1st Congressional District and get back to keep this seat red in November. Take back the House and get America back on track. May God bless you all. May God bless your families. May God bless the state of Nebraska. And may God bless the United States of America.